And we have here another one for Theresa and Dick from Oregon. This is a mantle clock movement. I just said just send the movement. And, there's the hands. We really don't need those. So they took the clock, the movement out of the case and shipped it. So we're just going to restore the movement. Sessions advisor. And let's move in on this a little bit. We can see what it looks like. Take a look at it. See what we got here. Okay, we got some dirt and some scratching on here that says, looks like G-E-P-N-E-R scratched on here, whatever that means. The first thing we'll do is we'll just take this bell off, get it out of the way. Okay. Springs look okay. Okay, the strike mechanism is running. Generally it looks just very dirty. Pivots are dirty. Okay, lots of fingerprints on it. And it runs. That's a good sign. So we'll take it apart and clean it. Okay, first thing we want to do is take that suspension spring off. See if we can straighten that. Okay, we may have to put a new suspension spring on it. And of course, then the next thing we need to do is let the springs down. Okay, and I checked. It's a number 6 key. We have our let down thing. We're going to use these retaining rings. Pull the click spring back. Start laying this down a little bit. Let's see how far we get. Move this over to the center and continue letting her down. Off of that one. And we'll do the same over here. Releasing the click and then letting the spring release. We always let the spring back in. Okay, then we have to release some springs that are for the levers. Okay, good enough. Alright, let's take the loosen the plates. There's a rivet sticking up in the way. Okay, plates are now loose, and we can should be able to take this blade out. That wheel is sticking. Pretty oily. Okay. Stick the crutch and the anchor out. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely got some oil grease on it. Definitely was time to service, little guy. Alright, we're gonna start taking pieces out here. Hammers. And we get these two levers. If we look at these levers, this is the one that is responsible for holding the pin on the warning wheel. And this is lift. Okay. And this one goes on the count wheel. Okay. So there's our wheel layout. We gotta take these all out. We'll keep them separated by train, and then we'll clean them. We gotta release the springs, wind them down using the spring winder, and clean those. We re-lubricate them. Then we'll put wheels back in, and we will check for wear on the pivot holes. Okay. So on the strike side, we have the governor. And we'll keep him over here. And we have a warning wheel with a warning pin on it. We have the second wheel. And we have the lifts for the hammer. And here's something strange. Somebody did some work on this clock where they probably had to replace some pins, and they just smeared epoxy all over the top of the cap on that lantern pinion. Yeah, we're gonna definitely kind of clean that up. This may have been repivoted because that's an awfully long pivot. I think it's been repivoted. Somebody's done some extensive work on that one. And then of course we've got the spring. Okay. And on the run side, time side, we've got the escape wheel. Several gears, and we have that, and then we have the motion works, and that's this center. Ooh, man, is it oily. And the intermediate wheel, so we will keep that separate too. And then here we have the count wheel. And the count wheel is held on with a little horseshoe-shaped thing that goes into a slot, the arbor. And to remove it, it's got a little tab and a hole underneath it. Ooh, boy, that one is really Right, anyway, get in there and pull it off. Okay, pull it out of the hole. Takes that, and that comes off. And the easy way to remember whether this goes on this way or this way. Well, we'll just see what we can do with that later. And now we got 2 plates. We definitely want to clean all of this stuff up before we do anything else, so it's all going to go into ultrasonic cleaner. I did notice on the anchor strip pallet that the pallets are virtually unworn, so it's in good shape. Before I put these into the ultrasonic cleaner, I'm going to wipe them off, get as much excess grease and what have you off of them, so that makes the cleaning solution last longer. We'll get as much as we can off this way. Puppy's been around for a while. Okay, we get the plates cleaned up to put in washer. Now we'll look at each individual wheel and just wipe things off so that there's no excess junk on them, and they'll get a better cleaning. We'll examine these closely after we get them out of the cleaner. Dirt out of the lantern pinions. Okay, it's a good thing we're taking this apart and looking at that one that somebody epoxied. I noticed that there's a little protrusion right here. And that's one of the trundles sticking out of the wheel. And there's a reason that's sticking out and it's stuck in there. It's actually pulled out of the hole in there, which makes that trundle just dangerously close to letting go. That could have been a disaster in the future, so we're going to have to completely cut that off and redo that shroud and see if we can't get things back together. You notice all the other trundles are in the holes, and you get around here and then you see there's a trundle sticking out of the hole. Not good. See what I'm talking about. There's that epoxy that's on there, and this bump that's right there is one of the trundles sticking out. And when we look down, right there we see the bump. Look down, you see that that trundle is coming out of the hole. There's also another one there. That's just, that is disaster looking to happen. Sometime in the future that would have pulled loose, and the spring would have let loose, and gears would have been, had teeth ripped up, pretty much messed up the whole movement, so we're going to have to rework this whole lantern pinion. Okay, here's the extent to which things can get pretty. This was caused by too much grease put on when it was last serviced, but that's just pure grease. This is grease. So we'll get that all cleaned up. Alright, we need to let the springs down. So we know this is the correct size key. It's going to go in here. And then this is going to go in here. This slides on that tube. It goes on there. It slides forward. It goes into the key. Come on. Move, little puppy. Okay, good and tight. Tighten her down. And then what we have to do is reconnect the click. Line this up. Wind it up until it is tight enough. Thing can be taken off, and then we're just going to let this down. The spring is completely wound down, and now it's nice and safe. We can take that out. Take the wheel off and we can clean the spring. Alright, initial cleaning now. I've been through the ultrasonic cleaner. Stuff all cleaned up. And we got to individually polish. And we got to polish pivots. So these are nice and clean now. Okay, we get the run side train back end time side. I'm just going to take a look at the pivots, pivot holes. Number one looks a little sloppy. Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah, look at the number one. Number two, see how it looks. Yeah, that's long term, it's going to have to be done. Yeah, it's kind of sloppy. Escape wheel's fine. This wheel from the strike side, if we look at this lantern pinion with all this stuff on it. I'll try to get this off of here. Some of these trundles don't look right. That looks awfully tight down there. I may end up having to remake this piece, and may have to make a whole new lantern pinion. You can see that this trundle is bent. See a bend in it. Twisted a little bit. Things are just not right. We got pins coming out the top. So I'm going to pick away at this, see if I can get this dismantled, and let's see what we can do with it. I'm making some headway here. I may be able to get this off completely. If I can't get this corrected on here, I have another sessions movement that I can take the gear out of it, this gear out of that one, and replace. But we're going to keep working on this, see if we can't get it out of here, this all out of here. After a lot of struggling, I got it off. And now we need to clean up some holes, put some new trundles in. The trundles that were in there were two different sizes, so we gotta get this fixed. This is a 1.05 millimeter drill, and I was able to clean out all of these holes now. Still a little bit in that one. See if we can't clean that all out. And we will. Have this back in order. Yeah, there's some damage. There's been some kind of force put on this. And then these holes here are bigger than these holes. The trundles in them are slopping around. So I think what I'm going to try to do, rather than tear this all apart, is cut another piece on my lathe. Same thickness as this. Add it here with proper sized holes, and check the clearance. Make sure that the main wheel doesn't end up going up against it. So here's where the actual other end of the trundle, or other shroud goes right here, and it'll make a narrower lantern pinion. It'll be much more stable. So I just want to see how much clearance I have between the main wheel and the second wheel, where that lantern pinion goes right in here. Do I have enough room to add piece on top of this one. And I think I do. Yeah, I've decided that this repair is going to take longer than I want to spend right now. And so I have another sessions movement. Check these, just check these out. This wheel is the same, so I'm going to just put in a new wheel. And we'll deal with repairing the other one for the movement that I have later on. That way I can get this repair done. And sometimes it helps to have stuff around. I think that other movement's been sitting there for about 35, 40 years. So we now have a lantern pinion. It really doesn't have much any wear on it. Nothing bent. Nothing distorted. So, here's our solution. And just to make sure it's going to work fine, we'll put the replacement wheel between the plates with the mating wheels, and everything looks good. It's I'm satisfied that's going to work, so that's what we'll do. There's the replacement wheel. Be just fine. And polish pivots. start bushing, and thought I'd better check out the bushing on the that holds the anchor, and definitely loose. So we got to do some bushing here too. Okay, there's the new wheel with the new bushings in it, and it just runs really good. I think at one time this movement suffered a broken spring. It really let fly. There's a spring stop. You can see how bent that is. That would explain too some of the damage that was seen on the second wheel, where the lantern pinion was so damaged. Here's a main wheel. You look at the shape of these teeth. Now, there may be a little bit wear. That's normal shape of teeth. Now if a spring lets go, or a lantern pinion lets go, this thing could spin like crazy. And as we go around, look at the change in the shape of the teeth. The tops are worn off. And we go back. Some of these are round, nice and rounded. That's how they're supposed to be. Look at now, see how the tops of these are knocked off or worn off. Something bad happened to those teeth. So that's damage from something letting go and spinning out of control. Looking at the other side, here you see the natural wear that takes place, a little bit of metal displacement from normal wear over a period of time. But as we go to the other side, we start seeing a whole lot of something happened to this poor little wheel. You see the metal displacement that took place. We're just going to show one bushing. I'm going to rebush this hole. It's worn toward the top where that black dot is, so we'll rebush that one. Okay. We don't have bushing anyway, so I think we're going to end up taking the old bushing out. Okay, we've got it reamed out. Spurs off. Chamfer it just slightly, and then I will, okay, that's the inside. We're going to put the bushing here. Hit it with a rounded. Put it in good. Now, I have to broach that out so this fits. The other side, broach a little bit. Very close. Okay, there we are. Now I just gotta smooth broach it. Oil on it. Let's see what it looks like. Very good. That's good. Put it between the plates and shake just fine. There's a name scratched in here. I'm assuming it's the last repair person's name. Looks like G-E-P-N-E-R, Gepner. Just made this on the lathe. That goes in here. Got to punch that in. Now on the other side, there's a slight depression. I just got to peen the edge of that a little bit, and then that'll be solid. I have to broach it to fit the thing. Anyway, that's the new one. There's an old one. That's the new one. Okay, got that broached out. There we fit in. Works very nicely. And there's what it looks like. And now we got to make two more of those. One for this side and one for the back of the other main wheel. Okay, it's gonna go in here. Okay, big broach. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so we put one in here. We did one here. We did one here. So there's no more looseness in that, no more flopping around in that thing anymore. And it runs very smoothly now. So anyway, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bushings we put in the movement. Okay, this should run very well. And you know, I don't like that one. I think I'm going to go ahead and replace that one too. And then we'll have a total of 10 bushings, but everything will be nice and tight. Yeah, I don't know how I missed that one. Why is that way? So the worn part is up there in this corner. We'll do that one and then we're done with bushings. Let's take the burrs off. Go in here. That's good. Side. In here. Brooch next. Okay. Okay, now we got to clean out all the pivot holes with some wood. Okay. It's called Slick 50. It's anyway. A little bit in the center. And I'm going to get a brush to start working on this. Just work it around these coils. All the way around. I'll set that one down. The other one. And I'll do a little bit there. And what we're going to do is we're going to rewind these. Come on. Lubricate that thing. Okay. Okay. Time to put things together. And we have these to put together. That's in. Oh, I don't see which one it is. That's in. That's in. That's in. That's in. That's in. There we go. That one. That one. There we go. Okay, that's all, that's all, that's all. Okay. And we'll check them all out. See what we got. Okay, I think we got them all in now. Got a lot of bending to do now. We're so way out of whack. Okay, let's see how we go now. There we go. Now we gotta oil it. Okay, we have a little container of oil. And we'll just take and then we will put just a tiny drop on that. And did I get this one? Yeah. Okay, after oiling, see how it sounds now. Very good. Pulling through. Yeah, I'm going to have to make that dent up here in the end a little bit better. It just puts a little bit of a ding in it, so that when I put this in here now, come on. Okay. No, when it's pulled down, that'll stay in there. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you can hear tick, 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 tick. So it's out of beat. We need to bend this probably this way just a little bit. Okay, it's set to run level. It's running. We'll let it run till tomorrow. And if it's still running in the morning, we'll pack it up and ship it back.